Okay, great. So, like Chase said, this has been an unprecedented attack this year on transgender folks, and particularly on transgender children. There have been over at least 197 anti-transgender bills introduced in state legislatures across the country. The vast majority of those bills target transgender kids. What is happening today is shameful. The fact that we are still fighting about this, that we are still talking about whether or not transgender folks have basic dignity is unacceptable. Thank you all for being here. I have worked in Texas before. I was here in 2017 during the bathroom bill fight. And one thing that I learned about Texans is that you're all the toughest folks in the country. No matter what, you are here. And you have killed over 70 of these bills already. Let's make it one more today.
Hey y'all, I'm Mandy Giles. I'm from Houston, and I have two amazing, miraculous, authentic transgender kids. I am here today at this Capitol again. I don't even know how many times I've been here to fight for the equal rights of my kids. I am here at this building again to show my kids that they are worthy of fighting for. I am here at this Capitol again to show my kids that they do not have to beg for their humanity and their dignity. I do not call myself a mama bear because I want my kids to be their own bears. They will fight, and I'll be fighting for them as well. Let's go in there and kick some ass, y'all.
I just wanted to say that there's been a lot of sad things going on, and I would like to say that there's more people with us than against us, and we should stay strong and hopeful and fight this bill head on.
Hi everyone. Whoa. This is a different one. Hi, my name is Ricardo Martinez. I'm going to speak to y'all because y'all are the people that give me hope. So sorry that I have my back to y'all. I hope you can hear me. But we're going on 270 days at this Capitol, advocating for the rights of LGBTQ people, for trans youth and trans adults. It's exhausting. And you have every single right to be upset. You have every single right to be angry. You have every single right to be frustrated that we've come here time and time again to share our stories, our tragedy, our hope, to beg for compassion, for empathy, for equal representation. And it feels like no one is listening. But there's a few things that give me hope, because I never lose hope. Seeing y'all here this morning, that gives me hope. Seeing kids in MacArthur High School walk out in support, that gives me hope. Seeing kids at Temple High School walk out in support of their trans classmates, that gives me hope. So what I know is that when hundreds of people turn out, we have the power to move mountains, right? And at the end of the day, lawmakers work for us. They work for Texans, and they should do right by Texans. I'm tired, but now without hope. And so we're going to continue to show to protect trans kids, because it's vitally important to protect the futures of all our children, not just some. You know, when I was 12 years old, my mom sat my brother, me, and my sister down for our one and only family meeting. And during that meeting, and they didn't use the best words ever, so just be mindful of it when I say it. They sat us down and they said, you're entering your teenage years. We were 14, 12, and 11. And the only message that they had is if you are LGBTQ, it is fine. And we love you. And you have our support. And I cannot tell you how transformational those words are to me right now. And in my entire life, right, because I was validated, I was loved, I was affirmed, and I was seen. And that's what our community needs now. We need to be seen, we need to be heard, and the unequivocal evidence of the damage that is being caused in communities across Texas to LGBTQ people cannot be ignored. It cannot be ignored. This hypothetical scenario, this caricature that trans people are somewhat dangerous or too big or too fast is frankly not only cruel, but offensive. We know who trans people are. Trans people are our teachers. They're our doctors. They're our parents. They're our siblings. They enrich our communities. And we're going to continue to elevate our voices to ensure that everyone in that building knows that. So if you can join me, I just want them to hear you scream as loud as you can, protect trans kids. Okay, this is my choir mistress realness that I'm going to show. Protect trans kids! 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 So now, I just want you to know that the influence that Texas has on this country is incredible. Right, and the effort that you're putting in, the tireless hours that you're devoting to come to defend the humanity of not only Texan trans kids and adults, will impact people across the country. So I know it's a heavy burden to carry on your shoulders, but you are definitively making an impact on the lives of people you will never know. So I thank you all for coming, all of our community members, all of our state representatives who are with us, members from the LGBTQ caucus. Thank you so much for turning out. Let's show them what we're made of, and let's never give up. Please do not give up hope. Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and do a couple more chants before we go inside. The first one that I want to lead you all in what do we want?
Human rights, trans rights, and human rights.
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Protect trans kids!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Protect trans kids!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Protect trans kids!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Protect trans kids!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Protect trans kids!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Protect trans kids!
When do we want it?
Now!
Well, okay, moving on to the next one. When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
We're going to go into the hearing today for the 7th time. This shouldn't be happening, but I feel so lucky and honored to be able to stand amongst you all today. And it is so hard to believe in anything other than the fact that we are going to continue to win, continue to defeat every single attack that comes our way. So I want you to be really, really loud for this last chant. You ready? I believe that we
I believe
that we will win.
I believe that we will win!
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win!
I believe that we will win.
I believe that
Sure. Nah, man.
Before I'm your person,
Yeah.
I feel like my makeup is rubbed off from the mask. But my daughter did not play sports in high school because she didn't feel safe. So she did online PE for years and hundreds of dollars. So
I mean, that's a super relevant story, obviously, to everything going on today. You ready? Everyone's ready?
yes.
Well, can you actually just say what you just said a second ago? You said your daughter never played.
Yeah, I'm here even though my daughter never did play team sports in high school because she didn't feel safe because the state is not safe right now for trans kids. So she had to take online PE through Texas Tech for hundreds of dollars, and believe me, it's actually harder than regular PE.
You know, when this keeps going on, I mean, we've heard testimony on regular test, special test. It seems like even in the House among Republicans, there wasn't much appetite, and this still keeps being brought up. As a parent, I mean, just how frustrating is that? What goes through your mind when you keep seeing this come up?
Yeah, it's very frustrating. It has a severe effect on our mental health as a family. But we have to keep in mind that it's not about sports. It was never about sports. It was about a slice of ultra-conservative voters and getting them to the polls. And so it's amazing to hear senators talk about children's private parts and act like it's the most normal conversation they've ever had. It's pretty demeaning.
To hear, you know, the supporters of the bill, the lawmakers themselves say, well, you know, we don't have this law. This just gives an excuse for boys to pretend to be girls to dominate sports. What reaction to that?
Yeah, the fallacy that boys are jumping into girls' teams so that they can excel. There aren't boys that want to be girls doing this. It's really it's a made-up crisis, and what you would have to do to change your identity, the hoops that you would have to go through, it's just not practical. It's not practical. It's not happening.
You know, this hasn't been passed, but for the conversation to keep happening, what toll does it take on the transgender community, especially among youth?
Oh, well, I mean, you can follow the data. The suicide hotline calls have spiked every time the bill advances. The Trevor Project tracks it. There's the transgender hotline. And also teachers and administrators are calling into the advocacy organizations because they're seeing bullying increase against the LGBTQ community in the schools. So it has an effect. It's not just noise.
And my last question, just kind of what, as far as, you know, optimism or pessimism at this point, I mean, this has already failed in regular and both specials.
Yeah.
Do you have any optimism that it'll fail again, or do you think that eventually this will pass? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I'm optimistic because I know that 70% of Texans don't support this kind of discrimination. But I'm also wary because this is a very conservative committee. They've moved it out of public health, they moved it out of public ed, and they put it in this constitutional rights and remedies, which is interesting because it is your constitutional right to have equality. And for your ability to be either included or excluded based on your body, that takes us way back, right? It was wrong in the 1860s, it was wrong in the 1960s, it's wrong now.
And can I get your first and last name? I didn't ask you at the beginning.
It's
first
Molly. Molly Carnes.
And how do you spell it?
Carnes.
Excellent. And your daughter's name?
Clara.
Okay. And Molly, Molly, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Did you have any more?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me.
Oh, cool.
We're with the Trevor Project. We're the world's largest LGBTQ youth suicide prevention organization.
Okay.
My colleague here is the research scientist that works with us. We've been analyzing our data on the large number of uptakes we've had from Texas since this has all started. So he's here to testify on that along with Equality Texas.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm not sure if you
Absolutely. Yeah, let's see. I think they're going on me. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Let's step over here in the shade.
Cool, yeah, I was wondering if that was gonna be a little bit.
Yeah, right there. Perfect. All right, first question, could you just say and spell your first and last name and your title? I'll hold this.
Yeah, for sure, sorry. First name, Jonah, Jonah. Last name, Dechants, Dechants. I'm a research scientist with the Trevor Project.
And you said you've been tracking the suicide rates. Can you tell me a little bit about that research?
Yeah, absolutely. So our work really focuses on mental health symptoms among LGBTQ youth. So we do that by both providing crisis services through call, chat, and text to young people who are in crisis, and then also running one survey per year on LGBTQ youth mental health. Here today, we're really interested in our call data, where we have seen from January 1st to August 30th, 2021, we saw a 150% increase in contacts coming specifically from young people in Texas compared to this time last year. And about 4,000 of those contacts are coming from trans and non-binary youth in particular.
And you think that's because of the bills going on and bills advancing?
Yeah, absolutely. From a data perspective, we can't say, exactly why we're seeing that increase. However, when we look at what young people are telling us when they call us in crisis, they're stressed out about losing access to their sports. They're more likely to be engaging in self-harm, and they're considering suicide because of the harmful debate that's going on about their rights around them.
How important is it today for all these people to be here, is stand up, let their voices be heard?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's hugely important. I think there's two main reasons why it's important. The first is to oppose the bill. This bill is discrimination, and it prevents people from being able to participate in school activities that they should be allowed to participate in. And then the second one, the purpose that we're here, is to really communicate to LGBTQ youth and trans youth in Texas in particular that there are folks out here willing to fight for them.
Awesome. I think that's all I got. Is there anything else that I didn't ask that you want to mention?
Yeah, for sure. So another really positive thing that we see in our data is that having one adult in your life who supports you, who affirms you, who uses your name or your pronouns, who lets you be who you are, decreases your risk of suicide by 40%. And so we're always trying to encourage adults who are working in schools or who have kids or who are in church groups. You can be that ally for a young person, and you can really help them feel affirmed, and you can make them more safe.
That's crazy. Just one adult, just a parent, teacher, someone
Absolutely.
like that. Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.